All right, we are going to go ahead and continue on with our ambassador training. Um, and this is where it's going to get a little tricky because these two presentations that I'm going to do are not the ones that I was assigned to share. So I know I'm not going to do them justice, but hopefully it will be okay. And once again, I have my toddler assistant, so if you hear some background noise, that's probably what it is. Kaylin. All right, so the next topic on our training is how to share the products. This is this was one of Audrey's topics, and Audrey earned the trip to the Leaders Retreat just this past October, just a couple weeks ago. And she got to hear lots of people speak, but one of those people was Victor Antonio. I know you've heard his name a couple times during this training. And he is a marketing genius, basically. He has figured out how to let the consumer control the conversation to make them realize, hey, I really do want to try this. So how to share the products. He kind of geared his speaking platform toward our type of product, a wellness product, and explained a great way of sharing the products with people without being pushy. So how to share the products. Here goes. The best way to speak to any customer is to find out why they are interested in Plexus. It's really important not to automatically assume that they want to lose weight. That's something that I struggle with, because a lot of people, that is the reason that they're interested, but you may prejudge somebody, and that may not at all be what it is that they're looking for in our products. Some people may need pain relief. Some people may just feel bad. So it's important to find their why. So imagine this little triangle symbol over the person's head. When somebody contacts you, tell you that they're interested in our products or interested in Plexus, there are three possibilities that they might be looking for: wellness, weight or weight loss, and wealth. So anytime somebody comes to you asking for information about wellness, you need to ask questions. What is it that they're looking for with their interest in Plexus? And it's probably going to take a little bit of practice figuring out the right questions to ask, and that's okay. It's okay if you don't, hit the nail on the head the very first time. I know it's going to take me quite a bit of practice to go from just spewing information to stop and listen and ask questions and let the consumer facilitate the conversation. So that's something that I'm going to definitely have to practice on. So ask open-ended questions. So what is it that you are seeking? What is your goal with your interest in Plexus? What are you looking for? What type of product are you wanting to try? And then based off of their answer, you can ask more questions to get very specific on what it is that they're trying to overcome or improve, or that kind of thing. I know if you guys have heard the name Susie McCall, she's like a boot camp instructor. So when she started Plexus, it had nothing to do with the weight at all. She actually had a candy and Coke addiction that she wanted to get rid of. So if somebody would have started talking to her about losing weight, she would have been like, hello, I wear like a size 2. So it's very important not to automatically assume that's why somebody wants to do something. So always ask questions. And keep it simple. and keep the person engaged. Shut up and listen. That's going to be tricky for me. I like to talk. So our ears hear about 120 to 150 words a minute. So that's about how fast most people talk. But in the back of your mind, people are thinking, okay, what am I going to cook for dinner? What do I have? Where do I have to go after this? What errands do I have to run today? What time do I have to pick the kids up from school? So their brain is actually processing 600 to 800 words a minute. So unless you keep them engaged in conversation and ask them questions and make them come back to, oh yeah, this is what we're talking about, there's a good chance that they're not going to have any idea what you even said. So this is another good example of don't spew plexus all over them. Make sure you're engaging them in the conversation, asking them questions so that they are involved in the conversation, and it'll just be a better experience for both you and that person. And why does listening work? If you're actively listening to somebody, it shows empathy. It shows them that you are truly interested in what their needs and wants are with what you're offering. So if you've ever been in a conversation with someone where you cannot get a word in, it can be really obnoxious and really annoying, and you're like, I don't even know what we talked about, because all I could think about was what I wanted to say, and they never did stop long enough for me to say it. So actively listening shows empathy, and it allows you to expand on the conversation. It also gives the person a sense of validation. When you stop and actually listen to what they have to say, don't automatically be thinking what you're going to say next. Actually listen to them, hear what they're saying, and then respond to their questions or what their needs are. Whenever somebody feels like they're being listened to, it helps their self-esteem rise. They feel better about themselves, and then they associate your conversation with a good feeling rather than, oh my gosh, I just got attacked by that plexus girl and she would not shut up. So I really challenge you guys to adjust the way that you speak to potential customers. Ask questions. My goal is to ask at least 5 questions before I say anything about the products. That's going to be tricky for me because I like to talk, but I'm really going to try to shift my approach when it comes to talking to customers. And this is something I think this is something Victor Antonio said during his talk. The average salesperson practices what to say, but the superior salesperson practices what to ask. Read that again. The average salesperson practices what to say. That's the average. But the superior salesperson practices what to ask. So that's your challenge in how to share the products. You need to practice asking questions. Okay, and at this point, actually this isn't it. Hold on. I told you it was going to be a little tricky with my mouse clicking here. Next on the list is building relationships with total customer service. James Wallace spoke on this, and he did a really great job. And I will tell you that James has a customer that has been with him for almost the entire year that he's been doing Plexus. And he checks in with her every month, and she may not necessarily want to join his team, but she's very appreciative of his customer service. So use these tips as you go into your business, and just think about whenever you go to a place and you experience really great customer service, think about what it is you like about that place and what makes their customer service really awesome. So customer service is an ongoing activity. So just because you get the sale doesn't mean that's where it stops. It's your responsibility to check in on your customers and to make sure that everything is going okay, because a lot of times people will not approach you. They're not going to ask you questions unless you facilitate that conversation. People don't want to be a bother. They don't want to be annoying. They don't want to interrupt what they think you're doing. So it's really important that you go ahead and ask your customers and check in with them to see how things are going with their products. Moments of truth. Oh gosh, see, I'm drawing a blank because I can't remember what James said on that point. I may have to have him comment whenever we post these videos to help me out. Be truthful with your customers. If they ask you a question, don't try to make up any answers. Make sure that you're telling them, if you don't know the answer, make sure you're telling them, hey, I'm not sure of the answer to that, but I will do some research and I will let you know as soon as I find the answer. Don't try to wing it. People can tell when you don't know what you're talking about, so it's better to be straightforward and honest and just be truthful. People don't expect you to have everything memorized. So if they ask you a tricky question, just tell them, I'm not sure what the answer is to that, but I will find out and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I think that's what that bullet slide was meant for. Value added. Customer service adds value to the product. So yes, our products, they're not incredibly expensive, but for some people they seem expensive, as far as budgets go. And until you break it down for them, ways that they can actually save money. The initial price tag shock is a little bit crazy. So once you get them to order, you need to make sure you add value to what they're spending. If you just let them order and you don't check back in with them, they're only paying for their product. If they place an order and you check back in with them and you give them great customer service, then not only are they paying for their product, but they're also paying for great service. And I think that adds a lot to what we do. When people feel like, hey, I'm not out here on my own doing this. I actually have a contact. I can go to this person anytime I need to. She's great about checking in with me. That adds value to our product and our company. So make sure that you practice great customer service. Service after the sale, that kind of goes hand in hand. Following up is invaluable. You will keep more customers by following up with them than you will if you just leave them to their self. I know sometimes it feels like you're bothering them whenever you check in with them so often, but really it doesn't have to be this long, elaborate check-in. You just say, how are things going? Any problems or issues to report? Any questions about anything? And they can say yes or no, and that can be it. It doesn't have to be a nuisance. It can just be something really quick. Another thing that I know a lot of us do is we use a lot of technology to do our follow-ups, mostly Facebook or email. Actually picking up the phone and letting the person hear your voice, sometimes that can really add value to your customer service. So don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call somebody. I know we live in an age where texting is very convenient, but it's okay to pick up the phone and call a person every once in a while. Problem prevention, just anticipate that you may run into some bumps in the road. Not everybody is going to have fast success with these products. Not everybody is going to see the results that maybe in their mind they were anticipating. So be prepared to problem solve. I know we were actually chatting the other day before the meeting, and one of the girls on my team has a customer that just started the block, and she lost, I think, 3 or 4 pounds in 1 week, and she was disappointed with that. Well, I think most people would be pretty excited about that. And so it's really important to make sure you fill out your customers' expectations and kind of help them come to like realistic expectations with our products. Our products are fantastic, but they're not a magic wand. It's going to take a little bit of time, and they're going to have to be a little bit patient. So make sure that you help your customer set realistic expectations with our products. I think this person on my team did a great job fielding that response. She said, well, how much weight have you gained before you started Plexus? And the girl said, oh, about 10 pounds a year for the last 2 or 3 years. And she said, well, you're already 5 or 4 pounds down in 1 week, and it took you 2 years to gain 20 pounds. Just think about where you're going to be by the end of the month, or by the end of 2 or 3 months. You could have lost all of that weight that you gained. So I think she did a really good job fielding that question. But just be ready for problem prevention. Anticipate some problems that they might have, and whenever you follow up, it's not all going to be candy canes and rainbows and unicorns. Not everybody's going to be like, oh, I love the products, they're the most amazing thing. Not everybody's going to experience that, especially not at the beginning, when they're going through detox, or their bodies are still adjusting, their hormones are adjusting. It's going to take a little while for that to take effect for some people. Some people, yes, are going to experience immediate results, and they're going to be very excited, and you're going to get great feedback. But don't automatically assume that everybody's going to give you great feedback. If they ask you questions, or they tell you that, hey, I've actually gained 2 pounds in the last week, I'm not real sure what I'm doing, help them troubleshoot. Make sure you know all the troubleshooting tricks. If you don't, go looking for them. There's some troubleshooting tips on Plexus Power Tools. There are threads on the team pages where people have asked for input. What should I tell this person? I'm not sure why this is happening. Has anybody else experienced this? What did you do? What were your tips and tricks? That just reiterates the being active on the team pages. If you get in there and you ask questions, people are going to be willing to help you out. So problem prevention is a big one. And then building goodwill. What does building goodwill mean? So this was the example that James gave. He had a birthday. He has this insurance agent that he's had for years, and he gets good insurance rates, but he also gets great customer service. He gets a birthday card every year in the mail on his birthday. He gets a Christmas card every year at Christmas from this insurance agent. So does he know that they are giving him the best rate? We don't know, but they're giving him great customer service, so that prompts him to stay with his insurance agent, because he feels like they're taking care of him and they really do care about him. So some suggestions for building goodwill, since we're coming up on the holidays, is to send out some Christmas cards to your customers. Let them know you appreciate them. A great way to do that is on Vistaprint. Get an image, upload it to Vistaprint, and put a little message, happy holidays from all of us at Plexus Worldwide, or happy holidays from Cassie Terry, Independent Plexus Ambassador. I really appreciate your business. Write a handwritten note at the end of your Christmas card and send them out. My plan is to send them out to all customers, active and inactive, because to be honest, whether they are a current customer or not, they've helped you build your business, and at some point in time, they've helped you make some money. So it's really important to let them know that you appreciate them and you appreciate their business. Another good thing to do with that Christmas card, you could get a little insert that talks about our new product block, and you never know, that might prompt them to, hey, maybe try that again, since they have this new product that everybody's really liking. Another thing to do that this is one thing that's on my list to try to do, is send a thank you note, an actual thank you note, not just a message on Facebook, but send an actual thank you note when someone places an order. Hey, thank you so much for placing an order. I really appreciate your business. A handwritten note is something that will go a really long way as far as customer service goes. So hopefully I didn't butcher James's topic very much. If you have any questions, he would be a good person to message about customer service, any more ideas that he has. So hopefully that will help you guys improve your customer service with your customers. The next piece that we're going to look at is actually business building tips. Amy DeRocher did this topic. And of course, if any of you have ever listened to Amy DeRocher speak, you know it's like typically a comedy hour. I'm not a stand-up comedian like Amy is. So I know I'm not going to do this justice because it's not going to be near as funny as when she talks about it. But I'm going to do my best because that's kind of what we're at here. Business building tips by Amy DeRocher. She made the comment, yeah, I know, I'm just a silver ambassador. What do I know about business building tips? Well, actually, Amy is actually very close to becoming gold, so don't let her fool you. She has been working very hard on building her business, and so she was actually the perfect person to talk about this topic. You are the CEO of your business. Make a mission statement. What is your why? So for many of us, when we very first start with Plexus, our why is, I want to get the discount. I know that was mine in the beginning. I wanted to get my discount, and I wanted to get enough customers so that our products were going to be free. That was really the only goal that I had as far as my reason for signing up. I will tell you that I signed up using a credit card that I was told not to put anything on by my husband because we were trying to pay our credit cards off. So I didn't tell him I was signing up. I just did it, and I told him that I would pay whatever I made off of Plexus, I would use it to pay off that credit card. So whether it was $50 or $25 or $100 or the entire amount, my sign-up fee on the credit card until it was paid off again. So that was the original why. But after my first month and realizing how much potential there was to make some decent income with Plexus, my why turned into, well, what if I could pay off my student loans? And what if I could pay off Slade's student loans? And what if we could maybe build a house that we've been talking about building for 5 years, that was more so a dream for those 5 years rather than a possibility. So lots of shifting in my why. I know you'll notice on if you're friends with other Plexus ambassadors or even on the team pages, a lot of people in our upline are recording videos of themselves talking about their why, and almost every single one of them they might say my why, I started Plexus because I wanted weight loss, but almost every single one of them will say, and I also wanted to get my products at wholesale. That's a big pull for a lot of people. A lot of people will become an ambassador to get their products at wholesale and then realize the potential. And then their why shifts. Now, why are you doing it? You know, after your first 3 months, yeah, you're getting your products at wholesale. Actually, you're probably getting them for free. Now what's your why? What is motivating you to keep doing this, and why? People like to know that because it's real. So make your mission statement. It doesn't matter what it is at this point. Make your mission statement. Know what your why is. People are going to ask you, well, what made you sign up? So know what your answer is going to be. Set your goals and write them down. I love that Amy put that in capital letters because it's so important to write your goals down. That's how you keep yourself accountable to your goals, is by writing them down. Write them down, put them where you can see them. and make a game plan. Figure out what it is you're going to do to reach those goals. It's important to do this for your short-term goals and your long-term goals. Long-term goal for me is to become a diamond. But I also set short-term goals every month. Little steps to take to get to that. My long-term goal of being a diamond, that's not going to happen tomorrow, but you know what? I can do short-term goals to reach my next promotion of Ruby. So take your small steps, get to your next level, but also have your big picture goal in mind also. Fortune is in the follow-up. We kind of talked about that with James. You have to be a good customer service representative. So you're the CEO of your business, you're also the sales representative of your business, but you also have to be the customer service department of your business. Make sure you follow up with those people. They will really appreciate that. Knowledge is power. You got to get in there and know what it is that we're doing, what it is that we're promoting. If somebody says, hey, I have some issues with do you have anything that'll help me get my magnesium level up to where it needs to be? Well, our BioCleanse has magnesium in it. So if you don't know that and somebody asks you that question, you're going to say, I don't know. Or you're going to say, no, not that I know of. But if you have done some research, or if you say, I'm not sure, but I'll look and find out, you can come back and say, yes, our BioCleanse has magnesium in it. That would be a great thing for you to start. Again, asking questions, asking what the person is wanting out of our products. If they have a special need that they're trying to address, you got to find that out before you can suggest things for them. If you don't know what their goals are with our products, then you're most likely not going to be able to make the sale, because you're not going to give them the right tools or the right suggestions to reach their goals. So knowledge is power. Make sure you know about our products, know what their purpose is, and then know about other things that they have helped with. That's just I don't really know that I can elaborate that. You have to spend time on your own, diving into the files and diving into the resources tab, all these things, so that you can know. That's not something that we can teach. You have to take some time personally and get into stuff and really research in order to learn these things. You are the CEO of your business. Amy, one thing Amy said was, when she first started, she wasn't the CEO of her business. She was the sales representative of her business. She said, I wanted to take my products. I wanted to make enough money to pay for my products, and that's really all I was looking at. But then she said, I saw my BFF actually being the CEO of her business, and I saw how quickly she was moving up the promotion list, and I decided, you know what, I can do this too. I want to be the CEO of my business. So the key to the CEO of your business is growing your downline by signing ambassadors. Our PV commission is very generous in comparison to other network marketing businesses. But if you can convert your customers to ambassadors and train them to do the same things that you do, you're going to be making a whole lot more than the $25 that you get from the commission on their products. There's potential for you to be making thousands of dollars off of one person in your downline if they're willing to work their business like you do. So it's very important to duplicate and sign people up in your downline and train them how to be a successful Plexus ambassador. So many of us have heard of the Power of Three. If you have not heard of the Power of Three, message your upline. There's some videos. Sheila Medina actually talked about the Power of Three at Plexus Convention. It's very simple. Our first promotion to silver, all you have to do is sign up 3 active ambassadors. Most of us know 3 people that want to try it and probably want to try it at the best price possible. So getting them to sign up will probably be pretty easy. So the power of 3: sign up your 3 ambassadors and teach them everything you know, what it is that you do to get customers, what it is you do to recruit ambassadors, and then teach them to get 3. So if you're duplicating, you teach your 3 people to get 3, and they teach their 3 people to get 3. This kind of creates a little Christmas tree effect. So if you do that and you do it 6 or 7 levels down, each person gets their 3 active ambassadors. You develop pay points. Each level is worth a certain pay point, and you earn those pay points once the person has reached their $100 of PV each month. Well, if everybody does the power of 3, you have 3 ambassadors that also have 3 ambassadors that also, it makes this big Christmas tree effect. There's the potential to have 1,248 pay points. The pay points average about $3 each. They're given a dollar value, and they're usually about $3 each. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But say you have that number of pay points, you're going to get about a $3,700 check just off of pay points. That doesn't count the PV commission that you have with customers. So it's really important for you to understand that growing your business is just as important as getting customers. I know at the beginning, a lot of people, you got to have customers. A lot of people are going to maybe want to start out as a customer to try it. But then make sure you offer the ambassadorship to them. Offer the opportunity and let them know that they're going to be saving more money by getting their products at wholesale, and they can even make money if they get a couple of customers. So let them know that the ambassador opportunity is available to them. It's very important to grow your team. You're always going to make commission off of your customers, but that long-term residual income is going to come whenever you start growing your team and signing ambassadors in your downline. You are the CEO of your business. Do you have to convince someone to become an ambassador? Probably. A lot of people are very skeptical about multi-level marketing, especially if they've already done one. I know a few people that have done a couple of other MLMs, and they've been burned. They have to stock product. Well, if you have to stock product, you have, $500 worth of jewelry or scent bars in your closet. And, if nobody needs a scent bar, well, you just you have $500 sitting in your closet doing nothing. So, a lot of people have been burned by their multi-level marketing company that they were with before, and they don't have any interest in another MLM because they think that they're all designed the same. That's what I really like about Plexus, is that you don't have to stock product. I don't have any room in my house to be stocking $500 worth of Plexus products on my shelf. So it's very convenient that your customers can order directly from your website, and it's shipped directly to them. You don't have to spend, your evenings running around delivering products to people. It's very simple. It's very straightforward, and you don't have to be the middleman. So it's really important that you make that very clear to someone, that you don't have, as an ambassador, you don't have to do a whole lot of extra legwork. You don't have to be the middleman. It can all go through your website. And a lot of people find that to be a perk of working for Plexus, is that we don't have to stock product. I know with a lot of other multi-level marketing companies, the monthly requirement is quite a bit. They're required to pull in $300, $400 of PV before they are qualified to earn money. With Plexus, it's only $100, and your personal product purchases count towards that. That doesn't happen in many other companies. You're not going to find another company that'll let your own product count toward your personal volume that they want you to bring in. So make sure you make these things clear to your potential ambassadors that the ways that Plexus is different from other multi-level marketing companies. And if you don't know, if you've never done a multi-level marketing company, just research it. You can Google it. I'm sure you'll get all kinds of disgruntled people talking about how they were burned by their multi-level marketing company. But or if you know somebody that used to do one, ask them why they quit. Ask them what it was that they didn't like about their compensation plan or their company in general, what it was that made them stop being a representative for that company. So it's just very important to make sure that they know that Plexus is different. And if you talk to people in person and they actually see how excited and how passionate you are about Plexus, I think that goes a long way also. I love Facebook. I probably run 90% of my business on Facebook. But whenever I see people in person and they ask me how Plexus is going, they can really see how amazing it actually has been, because they can see the excitement in my face and hear the excitement in my voice. So every opportunity you get to talk to someone in person, use it. I think that will go a long way also. So those are business building tips from Amy D. I'm going to go back up a little ways. This How to Lead a Plexus Opportunity Meeting by Molly Orr. This is a separate video that I will post the link to whenever I post these videos. It's very, very, very crucial that you watch this video. It's about 18 minutes long, but she makes running a Plexus Opportunity Meeting simple. You don't have to sit up there and try to explain all of the products, explain the compensation plan. It is very, very simple, the format that she uses, and it allows the guests that you invite to facilitate the meeting, rather than them just sitting out in the audience and watching and maybe getting their free sample of Plexus to drink and then leaving and not remembering a darn thing you say. This meeting format engages them and allows them to be a part of the meeting. And Molly, in her video, she says that every time that they've done this meeting format, they've had a 100% success rate, meaning that either every single guest that came to that meeting either signed up as a customer or joined as an ambassador. Can you imagine if every single person you invited would sign up either as your customer or as your ambassador? How awesome would your business be growing if you were able to have a 100% success rate? I know my other sister, Erin, in her team, followed this format a couple weekends ago, and within 2 days, I believe they had 15 people sign up as ambassadors on their team. 15. You know, it takes 20 active ambassadors to reach gold. So if you can have one meeting and get 15 people to sign up within 2 days, look how close you are to gold ambassador. So please watch this How to Lead a Plexus Opportunity Meeting video by Molly Orr. It's invaluable, and I think it will really help you guys not be so nervous to hold opportunity meetings, and really, really have the opportunity to grow your business. So I think I'm going to stop there with part 2 of this video, and we will have one more portion of this training, and then we'll be done. So thank you guys for listening, and stay tuned for part 3.